Hello, students. Well, this isn't what we had planned, but it's what we got. And I know wherever you are on planet Earth right now, I know what you're ready to start. And that is the definition of biblical counseling, because we will never forget that. So wherever you are right now, help me out. What's the definition of biblical counseling? I think I heard that all over Earth right now. Changing behavior biblically. All right, by the way, you will want to know that for your midterm. So what I'd like to have you do, if you have your syllabus, I'd like to have you bring that out right now. And I want to talk to you a little bit about how we're going to run the class and how we're going to formulate it and what we're going to do. First of all, while you're turning to your syllabus, I'm going to be doing about 25-minute lectures. Now, some of the other classes that I'm going to be doing on video, and some of the other classes that you're going to probably have from other teachers, isn't going to be quite as full as these lectures. Remember, we've got to fill in all of those blanks. So we're going to have to go really quick. Now, the positive thing you have, you can rewind it and go back over it. But I would encourage you not to speed these videos up, because you're going to need all the time you can get just to write in the blanks. And we're going to get all those because I think this material is so helpful, and that you will use the material you got in this class the rest of your life to help others. But the classes will only be about 25 minutes. Because of that, there will usually be a part 1 and a part 2 for every area of counseling. The next video that you have will be the midterm. Then after the midterm, we'll start our lectures, and they'll be labeled like guilt, part 1, guilt, part 2, depression, part 1 and 2, anger, part 1 and 2, inferiority, part 1 and 2, sexual addiction, part 1 and 2. Then there will be a 25-minute review of everything over the whole semester, and then there will be the final exam. So there will be, for each one of the areas of counseling, there will be a part 1 and there will be a part 2 to that. Now, by now you probably have your syllabus open, and we're going to look at number 2, read/write a report on the book Competent to Counsel. That will remain as one of your projects. I've made a little tweak in it. Instead of it being due on March 31st, it'll be due on April 1st. Now, at the beginning of every class, we're taking a long time today, but at the beginning of every one of my lectures, I'll mention this week, this is what we're trying to accomplish. This is the goal for this week. But I did want to mention this one down the road. This will be due on April 1st. And let's look what it says. This book may be found in the bookstore. Well, that won't help you too much now, but you can also get it online. Hopefully, you already purchased the book. You will read it and write a 1,000 words or more on the following. Give 3 major differences between biblical counseling and man-centered counseling. I've been calling humanistic counseling. You will not have any problems with that at all in the book. Use counseling terminology with the definitions that Jay Adams uses in his book. One of them is like that word we've talked about before, nouthetic counseling. State what you learned and how you will use it to help others in the future. Each of the requirements met will be worth approximately 1/3 of the grade, the 3 things we just went through, of the overall grade of the paper, and grammar will matter. And all of these will be graded in red as well. So that will be due, instead of March 31st, Wednesday, April 1st as well. And that'll be true all of the tests that you still have remaining, which will really only be 2 more besides the final. And then the midterm will be your next, will be done by the Wednesday of that week. You'll have to take it. I need to talk to you now a little bit about the exam. And very, very important. I want to review a few things so you're ready to go. Because the exam is going to be on Canvas, there are two things that are imperative for you to get a hold of, students. Number one, there is a time limit on the exam. I'm giving it a 20-minute time, so you are going to have to move on it. I think 20 minutes is going to be fine, but you better be ready to go. There's a 20-minute time because after that, it cuts off. Number two, you must give exact wording, and I'm going to help you with that. There'll be a true-false part of the test. And I think we reviewed in our last class period together, we reviewed some of the things that would be on the test. There will be a true and false. Definition of biblical counseling, you knew that would be on there. About the Word of God, doctrine, what is right, reproof, what is wrong, correction, how to get it right, instruction in righteousness, how to keep it right. Know that both ways. So that you can write that out, and you'll need to write the specific words, whatever it might be. And then you remember the statement, it isn't psychology we need, it is, and you put that word down, okay? And then I want to talk about Gmail. I want to give you the exact words. Remember the three things that all counselors are: be ready, be real, be right. I want to give you the exact wording that you're going to have to put down for Gmail. So for Gmail, you'll have to write down these words: goal of changing behavior biblically. You add words, you subtract words. You're going to get it wrong. Goal of changing behavior biblically. M, method of questioning. Method of questioning. A, answers to our counseling. Answers to our counseling, comma, Christ and the Bible. So for A, it's answers to our counseling, comma, Christ and the Bible. I was insight we have, comma, not the fruit, the root. Insight we have. Not the fruit, the root. Those exact words have to be put down. And L is life we offer, eternal and abundant. Life we offer, eternal and abundant. So those are the correct answers to Gmail. Then, under fear, how do we help them? We give them fear. F, faith in God and His Word. Faith in God and His Word. And that's going to be Luke 8, 21 through 25. And you will have to know the reference as well. Luke 8, 21 through 25. E is examine the fear. Joshua chapter 6. A is attack the fear head on. Daniel chapter 3. That's all you'll need. And then R is request God for help. Psalm 56, verse 3. So you'll need to know that. Now, I'll tell you what I decided to do on lonely. Because of the way the Canvas tests are, we're going to go with the word alone. If you memorized AC, 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 that will not work now, all right? We're going to have to go with alone. I think the majority of you already memorized that. A is admit the problem. L is locate the problem. O is overcome by changes. N is notice the need for Christ. And E, enter into relationship with God's people. All right, those are the correct answers that you're going to need to write out. Also remember the order of the process. You remember the foundation, stimulation, and it ends with, termination, okay? Remember that order because that will also be on the midterm exam. I think that'll do you great. Now, remember, the next class period, this was kind of our introduction, the next class period, will be all about your midterm, and you'll take your midterm at the next one. And then after that, the lectures will start. We'll get back into guilt. It'll be guilt part number 1. Students, I'm excited what you're going to learn from this class. And I think many of the things that we've covered and are going to cover, you're going to be able to help people back in your church and your home as well. So I look forward to still having class. I can't tell you how much I do miss you. But remember what biblical counseling is. Everyone together? That's right. We'll see you at the midterm. Bye-bye.